Quality Life Podcast, episode 70. What's good, Ro T?
What's good, my brother? Hey, we hitting with off the top with the title of this one. What's how you doing out there, brother? You good?
Say, man, hey, look, I ain't playing. They saying they need a young hoe. That's what I'm hearing. Hey, that's the overall. I ain't playing with y'all tonight. The streets talking. The old heads are talking. They say they tired of dealing with you old broads. They need some young hoes. Ro T, what you think about that, man?
Like, here's the thing, man. Like this backdoor off the convo we had last time. You know what I'm saying? When we talking about your boy status and should I shoot should I shoot for like a virgin woman or a woman that's healed that already been out there? But I'm thinking in my age group, it's man, let's just keep it a buck. It's gonna be hard to find, what I'm saying, probably, a woman that ain't really just been out there like that. So, I'm good with having to hear a woman that's if we vibing, it's cool with that. I'm good with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I can do the young hoe kid. I can't do it, man. I don't think I can do it. I like this. I like this because let's just say people watch us, you know what I'm saying, and they say, most of the time we agree, you know what I'm saying, but like this is one I don't think we agree, kid. God himself will have to do me like Moses with the burning bush, right? Okay, that's the one I got for you for me to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because like because this is like the last convo. You said like, man, she's like 20 years younger than me, so that's like 25. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I can do it, man. I don't know about that, brother. Like, I don't know.
Let me play devil's advocate though, right? Because you already know me. I was strong on 2 up, 2 down, right? But
yeah.
You got a lot of old schools out there. They making the case. They like, hey man, look, I'm hearing it. Don't no nigga won't know old ass broad. That's what I'm hearing. You know what I'm saying? Don't no nigga won't know. They trying to plead the case. I don't want no broad with all that trauma. I don't want no broad with all these miles. I don't need no broad with all these, these multiple men that's been in her life. I don't need that. And then I don't need no old ass broad who's stuck in her ways, who don't want to get on a program. You know what I'm saying? Who already got the ideal of being submissive. They throwing it out the window. You know what I'm saying? So they making the plea for these young broads. Now I'm not now. So me, I've been told y'all. I always used to think, hey man, it's just a flesh thing, right? Niggas just want to lay up on something that's young. You know what I'm saying? They're a little bit inexperienced, as some would say. They're a little bit inexperienced. But and I did tell you, I said, to be honest, I said, in this day and age, when we talk about what your situation is and the chances and the probability of you not finding a woman that is aged as we are, that possibly can give you what you not necessarily want, because you said you didn't harp on that. You said you wasn't you wasn't you wasn't so uneased at the thought of not finding a woman who didn't have her virginity intact, right? So you wasn't really no not tripping on that, because so many dudes are saying, hey man, the young broads, man, that they don't come with all that. They want to get on the program, they want to be taught, they want to be molded, they want to be this. But from what I'm hearing from the younger dudes, these young broads they got NBA number body counts. That's what I'm hearing from the youngsters.
You took the words out of my mouth. Like, it's a free fall out there nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because a woman younger don't mean she ain't, had some experiences. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's not a guarantee. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, go ahead.
Go ahead, cook, bro. Go ahead.
I mean, like I said, for me personally, it's like multi-layered. if you talk to Rod, I don't want you to just talk to me through the lenses. Okay, he a virgin. You know,
Right.
it's more to me than
Right.
that. I get like that's a big part of who I am. You know what I'm saying? But they're like, I'm not doing it for the fanfare and then it's just how my life worked out to this point. You know what I'm saying? But like, I guess where I'm really coming from is, you know, if it's the women out there, yeah, y'all tap in, answer this question in the comments or whatever. Like, you know, especially women, like, let's just say on 45, 40 to 50 in that 40 to 50 range. You know, let's just keep it real. If you hear a virgin, would you really want to deal with a man that ain't laid with somebody that don't got no experience? You know what I'm saying? Because like you know, you necessarily have to guide them through pleasing you, teach them, or whatever you want to say. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place, I guess. You know, I mean, I'm pretty sure there are women out there that wouldn't mind or whatever, but like it seemed like, you know, from what I've heard, that the women like wouldn't want that more than me. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, I mean, because if I vibe with a woman and we want to go there, hey, look, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not, you know, long as you got some kind of you know, you ain't just letting anybody in. Now I'm talking about like who you are today and who you gonna be in the future. What are you now? You know what I'm saying? Like you said earlier, the other episode, if she's healed and like she's solid now, virtuous, you know what I'm saying? And like I could hope, you know, she hope me down, I could trust her. Man, look, her past is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, as long as you ain't got nothing crazy, like a package you gonna give me or something, you know, hey, look, other than that, you know, I can rock with it. You know what I'm saying? But like my question really is to the women. Can they deal with a man that ain't never laid with nobody, especially in my age group? Because like I've heard, man, something must be wrong with you. What's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? Like I've heard this, like, especially 20s and up, you know what I'm saying, when we adults, you know what I'm saying? So like that's really where I'm coming from with, you know what I'm saying? And like
So
what me and the young boys gonna talk about, kid? What we gonna do? Come on, man. Come on, man. I don't know about that one, kid.
I mean, so pretty much you saying what you in the young broad can have in common, I guess, outside of laying in the bed together, right? No, but this is what I'm saying though. This is what I'm saying.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Let me try to dig in your mind.
Okay.
I want you to plead a case.
Okay.
On why you would choose young.
Okay.
If you had to.
Okay.
Like if like why if you looking at a woman that's 38, 39, 40, 41, and you're looking at a woman that's 24, 25, 26, what would make you choose that younger one over that old one? Like
Okay.
what would the scenario be like?
Okay. She would probably have to have an old soul. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
let's just say she knew about 90s culture, 80s, 90s culture. And like
Yeah.
she, you know, she really focused on more of that than what they got today. Okay, like let's just say you knew about Coming to America, Harlem Nights, you know, Martin or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay. Like, you cool. Okay, you know, that would probably like make me drop the defenses because the first thing I'm seeing, oh man, this girl too young. Yeah, like okay, like we keep it real tonight, boss. That's what we doing. Look, I'm a
We keep it
man,
100.
red blooded man.
Yeah.
If I see a pretty woman, hey, she pretty. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
then like the next part of that though, okay, is she age appropriate? Oh, okay. She pretty, but like she young. Nah, I can't do it. That's how my brain works. But like let's just say, you know, by some way we was in the same circle or whatever. She was around, and like I know, okay, she cool, she solid, she virtuous. Okay, then the wheels will start turning. You know what I'm saying? But like, off, you know, that would be hard because it's like I'm already prejudging off her age. You know what I'm saying? And like, but like if I had to make, yeah, she would be an old soul. And like overall, if you know she was walking with God, okay, all right, well, you know that, you know, if you walking with him, okay, well, you got my antennas up. You know what I'm saying? Like that would be a way to bypass that. You know what I'm saying? But like, you know, that probably be the only way. But can I ask you a question? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I want to, you know, okay, like all is well known that you know, when we see an older man, older man and a younger woman, it just for whatever reason in the West, it don't look right. You know what I'm saying? Like eyes gonna be on that man. Like, is he grooming her or is he taking advantage of her? You know what I'm saying? Or you know, is he getting over on her? Like why? I guess like why would that not count for me? Because I'm, you know, I clearly look my age. I don't look young. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't think that I would get that same what's the word? Looks or vitriol or, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, right, what you doing with this young girl? Like, why, you know, why would I necessarily get a pass? You know what I'm saying? For like if I had a young girl, you know what I'm saying? Then why would I supposedly get away with it, I guess? You know what I'm saying?
Well, see, this is what I think that so you have law, right? You have law. And law says, hey, 18, she's considered an adult. 18, he's considered an adult, right?
Yeah.
So now from 18 and sometimes 17, depending on what's going on and the legalities and the consent and all that. But I'm gonna just say 18.
Okay.
From 18 until you're dead, you consider an adult.
True.
You grown. You may have not matured mentally. You may don't know much about life yet, but law says your body is old enough to play the adult game now. Your body is old enough to be in the adult arena now. Your mind maybe not, because that comes with life. That comes with wisdom. That comes with experience. At the end of the day, but your body can be in the adult arena now. Your body can play the adult game. So
true.
With a lot of people, and you have like people who like morality, right? You have people who honestly just feel like that's not right. And then you have people who just try to they are narrative poachers. They poach for narratives to try to make somebody look like they are a predator or something. So do you notice all the time when you see like an older man or be an older man or a younger woman, you always have these group of people that try to make it look like it's predatory, right? That's a predator. They ain't saying law, and I get it. Morally, right? Morally, you would say, what does my 65-year-old grandpa want with a 23-year-old woman, right? So I understand that, right? I understand like life. I understand experience. I understand being here. I understand the life, the wisdom, the education that 65-year-old can have, and that he could very well manipulate with this youngster. I understand that. But law says, hey, either she gonna fuck a bunch of youngsters her age, or she gonna fuck a bunch of old schools, but she gonna be fucking something. You see what I'm saying? Or unless she gonna be holding out her virginity and she gonna stay a virgin until she die. The life says she gonna fuck something young or she gonna fuck something old, but she gonna fuck something. You see what I'm saying? Life says he gonna be fucking something young or he gonna be fucking something old, but he gonna fuck something. That's what life says. You see what I'm saying? Now, legality says just make sure they above the age of 18. Because when you hit the age of 18, you ain't going to juvenile no more. You're going to big boy prison. You're going to big girl prison. You see what I'm saying? When you hit 18, you normally going to college. You normally going to get ready for the real world. Like that's the transition. So I get people saying, hey, the experience in life is different. So it's going to automatically make it look like somebody's trying to impose their mindset, their ideology, the way they live, the way they want things on somebody young because they necessarily don't know nothing. Because guess what? It's just like being with your parents. If you take away sex, it's the same thing with your parents. Your parents older, your parents are trying to train up a child in a way that they should go, that when they get older, they have came up under some tutelage that we think is right. So even in a dating world, if you got a man that's 45 and you got a youngster that's 22, he gonna do some training. You see what I'm saying? He gonna do some. It's training everywhere. Yeah, it's somebody got to be taught everywhere. You see what I'm saying? So even if it's an older woman and a younger man, that just because he a man or considered a man don't mean he ain't finna learn something from that woman. He learning something. And on top of that, when you have two people who are the same age, ain't two people just because they're the same age got the same life. You have a 18-year-old that's a man or 18-year-old that's a woman, and one of them is way more experienced for 18 and the other one is still green. So you're going to learn about life directly or indirectly, no matter the age. Yeah. So like I said, you got people who morally just be like, nah, I just can't do that. That's too young, right? And then you got people who like saying, hey, they try to spin a narrative. They always try to call somebody predatory. And this is the thing. I'm not saying that they wrong. Most likely, a lot of them people probably have dealt with a situation where they was abused. So that's why they are highly likely against older whatever, younger whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie. In a way, that's kind of one of my leading reasons of why I really don't like it. You know what I'm saying? Okay. But at the end of the day, I'm hearing boys pleading cases, and I'm hearing the different demographic of women, and then I can see in some cases why seasoned older men don't want to deal with seasoned older women. I can see in some cases why seasoned older women don't want to deal with seasoned older men. Let's keep it real, since we're being real tonight. Most older men don't want to deal with older women because they can't teach them nothing. Because you got two people who have lived life, who have this age, and they feel like nobody can tell them nothing. So guess what? They gonna book because somebody gonna fold. Somebody needs to fold. So guess what's gonna happen? You got an older woman who's telling me, unless you like an anomalistic older man, who's telling that older man, you trying to tell me how to live, tell me how to move, tell me how to do this, tell me how to do that, but you old. Yeah. Father time then got you. You ain't who you used to be when you was younger. You can't tell me nothing now, because guess what? She has just told you, outside of you having money, because if you got money, that's a pass. That's a whole. If you don't got no money, if you don't got no money, and Father time has gotten to you, you ain't gonna be able to tell a woman nothing. Because you ain't got no money and now you can't please me. So guess what these older women are doing? Well, I don't need Junior down here to have no money. I just need that young energy. I just need that young meat. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I just need the person that I can. And then on top of that, I just need a person who ain't smart enough, like the older man, that I could tell him to move around, go about your business, do whatever, that I can't run the game on the older man. Now that older man is like, look, say what you want to say. I can go to the doctor. I can get the pack. I can go to the corner store. I can get the pack. I can get what I need to bust you up. But and this is the thing. I can get the pack. I'm older. I can get the pack. But this is the thing. But you an older woman, and you still trying to govern how much I want you. And then you placating how much you give yourself to me because of what you so-called got going on as your body metamorphoses and change your life as you get seasoned. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Are you going through menopause? Or are you doing, you having your hot flashes? Are you going through different things to where you having thyroid issues? You having all these different things to where you're not, sex is not really just running on your mind like that. But as a man, sex is still highly on his agenda. Yes, it is. And I got this young woman that ain't got no complaints. And I got the money to show her a good time. And she got that young energy that I want. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you got these two opposing forces as older, seasoned people.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got let's take it a spin. Let's go biblical. Do you think Hagar was the same age as Sarah?
Nah. Couldn't have been.
No, Hagar was a young broad.
Yeah. That's why he chose
You
her.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You think Abraham went and got a whole nother old broad that's 90 years old talking about some of y'all, she gonna give me the baby? No, he went and got a real young broad. I can guarantee you, it don't say Hagar age, but I bet you she wasn't over 30 years old.
Couldn't have been. Couldn't have been.
You got to understand, they said Hagar looked so good and she was so young that Abraham was falling in love with her.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? So
That's
at
why
the end of the day, because guess why? She was making him feel young and alive.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I'm making a case because yes, you do have an age difference. But and the main reason why a lot of these young dudes are saying they want a youngster is because when they can go get their fix, they ready to go. These youngsters ready to go.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? A lot of these youngsters' ideology now is that they're hypersexual.
Yeah.
Let's take it back to what you said. When I was telling you to plead a case, plead a case. Why would you go to somebody that's young? You told me what? What you tell me? When I said plead a case, why would you go young? You told me what?
She had an old soul. Or
okay.
The main thing is that she followed God and she's we walk in the same path. That would get my attention. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay.
I'm not gonna lie.
So your lifestyle of walking with God, it has to be first, right? It has to be somebody you looking at like first saying she got to have some type of relationship with God. Yeah. She got to be striving to be better. She got to be striving to know Christ. Okay, we get that. But you said she had to have an old soul, right?
Yeah.
And she would have to know your culture so y'all can kind of have something in common, right? So technically, if you go young, she would have to be somebody who probably was raised by grandma.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? She probably would have to be somebody who was raised by grandma or grandpa or raised by great grandma.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So she might possibly have a very young mother. You see what I'm saying? And you said she would have to be an old soul. When you said that, I was keen. I asked a couple of old heads, when y'all dealing with these youngsters, what are some of the things that bother y'all about these young broads, though? And the fact of the matter is, you said they have to have an old soul. This current time we living in now, they ain't got no real R&B class, bro. Think about it. I want you to walk with me for a second. We grew up, when we was growing up, we had love everywhere. Being in love, having girlfriends, pushing for long relationships, actually being in love, boyfriend, girlfriend. Do you like me? Yes or no? We had a real love culture growing up. A lot of these old dudes who messing with these young broads, they say they getting the car with a young broad. All she want to do is listen to NBA Youngboy. All she want to do is listen to Chief Keef. All she want to do is listen to Kevin Gates. She ain't got no love culture really in her. It's no real.
It's true.
Even Chris Brown rough around the edges. And Chris Brown was like the youngest of our class.
That's true.
You see what I'm saying? These youngsters right now, they don't even got a real love. It ain't even no real R&B out here. They don't got no groups out here. They don't got that no more. They ain't got no Jagged Edges. They ain't got no Shies. They ain't got no Troops. They ain't got none of that. They ain't got no Jodeci. They don't got no real love. And unless they was what? An old soul who was bought up on that.
That's true.
That would be the only that would be the only thing that you could be like. Most of them old schools look at them youngsters that they would be like, they see that little youngster over there singing that little old Jodeci, singing that R. Kelly or something like, what you know about that youngster? She got an old soul. That's what be having them hooked. But most of these young bros ain't like that though.
It's true.
You see what I'm saying? They
It's true.
You get them in the car, they hook up to the YouTube. You don't know what you finna hear. You finna hear your little young murder. You know what I'm saying? That's what you finna hear.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So a lot of this, it ain't nothing in common. Like, and I asked the old schools, I say, bro, outside of sex, outside of having somebody that's young, outside of being able to look up and be like, damn, that little fine motherfucker coming about down the hallway, she looking good to the motherfucker. Outside of that, what makes you want to have a young broad?
A good question.
Because guess what? Half of y'all old schools who are with these young broads, who are giving these young broads babies, don't really even want the babies. They don't want to have kids. Most of y'all kids are already grown already. Y'all want to start all over with a kid, 0 age, with a young broad? You really don't want to do that. But what you do it, you give it that young broad, that baby. Why? To trap her, to keep her.
Yeah.
To keep her.
Yeah.
So I get it. And people are saying, you know, the lack of trauma and all that. Man, these youngsters coming with trauma too, man. These youngsters coming with a whole lot of trauma. So when I ask you, what would make you at least give a strong push to settling with somebody young? I mean, outside of
you asked me that?
Yeah, I was asking you that earlier. Like outside of what you're saying, them having an old soul.
Okay.
What else is something that?
Okay.
Point in case.
Okay.
I got a neighbor right now. I got a neighbor right now.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
This nigga, 68 years old.
Mm-hmm.
He over there living with the young broad. She 34. He over there paying all the bills.
You say 34, 35?
She's 34. He's 68, 67, 68. She 34. Got a brand new baby. Baby ain't even 3 months old. What you at 67, 68, bro, doing with a brand new baby, bro? I get it. The pussy good. I get it. I understand it, Routine. The box is good. She got you hooked in there. But what in your mind, as a 68-year-old man, that got you so bewitched to ask like, you got to get this young broad a baby? That don't make no sense.
Good question.
You might die 2 weeks from now. Now the kid ain't got no daddy.
Yeah. I could see myself doing that.
That's another reason. That's another reason why I'm like, so I understand it, bro. I understand, like, if my wife was to pass away, see, it's different for me and my wife. See, yes, technically, she still could get pregnant, but most likely she not. See, if I pass away, most likely whoever my wife move on with, she's not going to have no kids with them at her season age right now.
Yeah.
She most likely ain't finna pop out with no more kids.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it can't happen, but she most likely not.
Yeah.
But if she pass away, I can literally go get young broads pregnant like it's nothing.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Most women at that age, they can't, most likely they're heading towards where they can't have no babies no more. I can have babies until I'm dead.
Yeah. That's true.
So in my mind, I'm like, okay, I understand what they saying, being with a young broad for fun, but it's like outside of that, bro, why would I be? You got some dudes out there who See, I know dudes out there that's 70 years old, bro. They got newborn babies with young girls in their 20s. Old tricks. Old tricks checking that overtime on them young bros and getting them young bros pregnant.
Yeah.
They 70-some years old. You ain't finna be here much longer. So why would you even do that?
Yeah.
By the time your kid 12, 13, 14, you already hit the grade. It don't make no sense. So to me, it's all lust. Now the scoundrel me, I get it. We out and about, we in the mix, we gallivanting, and I see that nice little 21-year-old, 22-year-old, and they talking about something. The scoundrel is out. I get it.
Yeah.
Having fun with though. But I just don't see myself at 43 years old settling down, talking about I want to be in a relationship, talking about I want to marry some woman that's 23 years old. I don't get it. I don't care how much young hoism in the world it is. It's not making sense. I'm not even saying I want to go settle down with another woman my age or a little bit younger. I don't even want to do that.
Yeah.
But I guess they say if you got to settle down with something and you don't want to be lonely, I guess you might well. And then on top of that, you got to understand, bro, like I said, the youngsters still want to be young. Just because they're dealing with an old man don't mean they want to be old.
That's true.
So I'm really trying to, outside of sex, I'm really trying to see what it really is. What's the urge for having a young broad? I'm really trying to see it because it's not really adding up, and I'm trying to really get somebody to plead a case to why that if they were single today, and I understand a lot of men who are around their mid-40s, they like, bro, I'm still young. You know, I'm still, you know, my body's still young. I'm working out, and I understand most of these dudes, bro. I'm gonna be honest. Most of these dudes didn't have. So in your 20s, when it was considered kind of like your prime, your physical prime, I'm in my most, my most physical prime, my testosterone, I'm looking my best, I'm six-packed up, I'm swole, I'm doing this, got nice skin, everything like that. They didn't get a lot of access to women. So now that they older, and now that they're more established, and now that they got some pretty decent money, we trying to make up for lost time. What this is like a person that's been in prison for the last 20 years. Just imagine somebody you like, man, I remember that dude, and man, he got locked up and he went to prison like fresh out of high school. And 20 years later, he back on the scene. And he's still doing stuff that y'all was doing when y'all was young because he lost behind time.
Yeah.
He didn't get to live in his prime. That's all these dudes out here doing. They ain't, when they was at their prime, they ain't get to use their prime. And trust me, bro, I understand if I'm a 51, 52-year-old man and I'm in the gym and I'm taking my testosterone shots and I got my pills, I go see my doctor and I'm doing good and I'm straight and I feel like I'm an ox. I feel like I'm on my second coming of myself and I'm at the beach.
Yeah.
We in Greece. We in Spain, we in Brazil, we in Portugal, and we sitting all this nice blue water. And I'm sitting there and I ain't got no shirt on, cut up in my 50s, 56 packed up. I get it. And when I look to the right, do I want to see something old and wrinkled in a bathing suit? Or do I want to see a young hoe that look good? What you want to see, Roti? What you want to see?
Yeah.
Do you want to see an old broad who you done brought on vacation and she want to read books and do crossword puzzles? Or you want to see a young broad who trying to pull you out to the ocean? What you want to see, Roti?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to help these people plead their case But I want somebody to plead the case without me having to dig deep in my bag and plead the case for them.
Say it again, bro.
Nah, I said I was just trying to see who was going, like somebody was going to plead the case for me. That was it. Make a strong case of why it's a good thing for an older man to deal with a younger woman.
Man.
So,
yeah.
But you already said it's a no-go for you.
Yeah. You pretty much hit it on the head, brother. Let me ask you something. Cause like I think you hit like the a lot of the points of what's wrong with relationships these days. One party trying to control the other, or one, leverage. Like we talk, older and younger. Like let's say I'm gonna flip it on you. Let's say, okay, let's say it like this. Like I think a lot of relationships start from work because you see people constantly, and like you okay, yeah, I can see myself, and it happened like that. I think that would be a way where it would happen because, like, okay, I see this younger person at work. Okay, she cool, and then we just develop a rapport over the long run, and it just happened. I think a lot of like relationships like that happen because, like, people just click. You know what I'm saying? Because like it's a work environment. It's not like everybody the same age at work, like school and stuff. It's like different. It's like a melting pot at most jobs. So it's like people of different, ages and stuff come together, and okay, it just happens. I think that's a lot of relationships, not like somebody trying to prey on somebody. You know what I'm saying? So if that happens, it's cool. But it's like with that, like let's say, do you think more people are trying to be predatory, or do you just happening? And like the second part of the question is, what's the age a person can make their own decisions, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Because like a lot of this conversation is based on predatory. But like I think not enough attention is being paid to the person making the decision. Like, okay, yeah, you might be 18, 19, 20, but you're not old enough to make your own decisions then. You know what I'm saying? Men and women. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to just focus on sex. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, how old are you? When can you make your own choice? And I think most relationships organically happen. Like, let's just say from work. You know what I'm saying? What you think about that, bro?
So, like we said, man, technically, if the law gets pulled up or gets called over to your home, and you saying, hey, my child ain't been home in 3 days. And they say, okay, how old is the child? And you say, the child 18. They gonna say, well, technically, ma'am or sir, they 18. So technically, they legally are technically called grown, which they can go out and do their own thing, and they don't need parents' consent anymore because technically they are grown by law. Not saying that they're gonna make the right decision, but technically they can go make a decision, and there's nothing you can do about it. So, and like you said, it's a melting pot. So now that it's a melting pot and everybody is in what we call the real world, the grown-up world, where everybody's out here either paying their bills or working their way up to go pay their bills, you are still in what called the grown world, the real world. You're not going to school. I mean, college is considered the real world, the grown world, but you ain't in high school no more. You ain't what they call secondary school. You college is a choice. That you know how they say, you went to college. Well, that was your choice to go because you were grown. You can go hit the workforce or you can go to college. That's your choice. So you in the real world.
And that's 18, still that's still more like a controlled environment, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, not necessarily, because guess what? All ages go to college.
Maybe less in high school, but it's still like you still got a majority of people your same age at the
Yeah,
college.
because majority of people you going to college with should be around your same age. But college is open to anybody. You can be 99 still trying to get a degree if you got life to go get it. So you can very well meet somebody that's not your same age, because guess why? You were in the melting pot of what's called the grown folks world. So, and when you meet somebody, like you said, on a job, just because you 18 don't mean you ain't gonna be working with people who 40 something.
True.
And and when it's all said and done, a person is looking at, so a man is looking at another man and saying, hey, man to man, my daughter works here. She 19. You 48. Say, bro, that's my daughter. I know she quote unquote by law considered grown, but morally, bro, she a child still.
Yeah.
By law, she not a child, but mentally she a child. So, bro, if I was you, just don't let's not do this.
Yeah.
But you're right. She 18, 19. And when her daddy looking at the other grown man say, hey man, let's not do this. But so when my daddy leave and when she come back to work tomorrow, she like, I want to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Daddy gonna have to bite the bullet. Because guess what?
Exactly.
What you gonna do to stop it from happening? You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I guess when you look at people, you would hopefully. So you remember I came to you and I said, man, us as men going to have to start looking at other men and just saying, off the respect of you is another man, I'm just not gonna do you dirty. Off the respect, because I respect you as being another man. So at the end of the day, at the end of the day, just as being a man, if you was my next door neighbor and you got a wife and you got a daughter, just off the fact I respect you as being a man handling your business, I won't cross you with your wife. I won't try to cross you with your daughter, because as a man, I give you that much respect.
Yeah.
But we don't respect each other like that.
Yeah.
So that's the moral side. But on top of that, you have the right not to respect it. You got the right to look at that man wife and that man daughter is just another option for you to get some ass. You got the right to do that, especially if they giving it up.
Yeah.
Because at the same time, your daughter and your wife got to look at you and be like, I respect my husband enough not to do this. I respect my father enough not to do this. So it's a two-way street.
Yeah.
I get it. We all want our fellow man to lead the charge and say, that's not right. See, I would like for every man that I know that if he see my daughters or if he see my sons, he'll tell them, bro, that Messiah boss kids. I'm gonna look out for them. I'm gonna make sure nothing ain't happening to them. But the reality of it is, it's a bunch of niggas I know that when they see my daughter and I'm not there, hey, what's up, baby girl? What's up? You know, they trying to fuck.
Yeah.
Them niggas ain't got no love for me like that. So, I mean, and guess what? At the same time, while they trying to snake me behind my back, my daughter or my wife got to be like, hey, I respect my father enough to not even play around with anybody he know like that. So it's a two-way street. So the truth of the matter is, bro, like you said, when it comes to these young hoes, there's a large number of them that are old souls that want nothing but to mess with older men. There's a lot of 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds, 21-year-olds, 22-year-olds, 23-year-olds, 24-year-olds, 25-year-olds who want nothing but to do but mess with a 40-plus-year-old man who got gray hair in his beard and gray hair in his taper, and that's what they like.
Yeah.
And it ain't even all about no money. It ain't even that he got no major bag or nothing like that. It's just the fact that they're not turned on no longer by them youngsters that are their age. That's what it is.
That's true.
You know?
That's true.
And I hate to have to admit it. I don't want to admit it, but this is the real world, bro. So this is the thing. Just I personally don't like it, but that don't mean that is what's going on is wrong though. Because long as you're looking at two people, and if she commit a crime, she can go to prison. If he commit a crime, he can go to prison. Oh, they both considered grown.
Yeah.
They on the same playing field. No matter the age, they on the same playing field.
Yeah. That's true.
So it's like, as much as I may morally see it wrong, my morals ain't law though. That's just my morals.
Yeah. See, but like you said, you know, it's like you said earlier, it's different. It's different scenarios for different people because, like, you know me, you know what type of man I try to be and I am. So, like, let's just say I did end up with a younger woman, you would be like, okay, from what I know Rod T not trying to take advantage of this woman. He really cut for her. They really trying to do or something.
Yeah.
You know, but you know me. You know what I'm saying? But like you just said, for the man that don't know me, he see me as a 45-year-old man. And then it's like, you gotta think about it. Like, let's just say you do got some cats that like don't play about their daughter. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, well, he might want to do me somebody at home because he thinking, without knowing me, he thinking I'm trying to take advantage of her. You know what I'm saying? Like, which is the natural thought. So it's like, it's a lot of other things that go into my thing. I'm not saying that like other people control what I'll do or whatever, you know what I'm saying? They thoughts or whatever. If like I said, if hypothetically, if God talked to me like Moses in the burning bush, I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like,
right.
Like if I believe in something, okay, it don't matter what nobody else think, I'm gonna do it. But like, like I said, it's a lot of objections or things that she would have to overcome because it's like, I'm already like, okay, now you too young. I'm already wrote you off just from seeing you. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, like you said, it's the real world. It might be, it probably not fair. I probably done missed out on some good women because they was younger. But man, like, that's just how my mind works, man. I don't see you like that. I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I had kids, you would be old enough to be my daughter. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it just feels off to me. You know what I'm saying? But like, I do see the other side of what you're saying, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I say, like, you don't know who you really vibe with and can really make a connection with. I don't think you can just go by age like that. You know what I'm saying? But like, man, it's I think that just how your boy mind work, man. Like I don't think I could, to the title. I don't think I could get. I couldn't see myself with no young broad, man. I don't think I could do it. That would be, I don't know, man. I wouldn't bet on the kid. I don't think I could do it.
I mean,
but you never know what life takes you, though. I say that.
Put it like this, and I'm gonna end with this. So just because I understand something, it don't mean I necessarily I rock with it. You know what I mean? That it don't necessarily mean I stand next to it, but I understand why it is. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
So at the end of the day, because like I said, when it comes to different situations and it comes to where you at, where you working with, if I was a single man, if I was a widower or whatever like that, and then I'm just I'm in a vicinity where I got a bunch of young women who loving who I am. Most likely I'm gonna deal with one of them possibly. You see what I'm saying? That especially that's what's coming at you. You know what I mean? And on top of that, like when you got an abundant amount of finances, most men who got an abundant amount of finances gonna see what their money do. I ain't saying you're gonna be out there obsessively tricking, but you're gonna see what your money gonna do. And you're gonna see your money is going to attract not only old, but young.
That's true.
It's going to attract women all across the spectrum. So with that being said, you got options, bro. And when it comes to law, as long as she age appropriate it's nothing nobody can say that's wrong. You know what I'm saying? They can see it and be like, no, that's wrong, but they can't say it's wrong because by law it's age appropriate. You know,
Yeah.
But with other than that, bro, I guess it's time for us to go and phase into something else, man. Let's hit this one up, bro. T, what you got on that, bro?
You okay? Now you want me to get the original post and
yeah, go and get the original.
Okay,
let's go and get the original post, man.
Y'all, yeah, man. Y'all bear with your boy for a second. Let me load it up, man. Let me see.
Or just go based off what you paraphrase what you had seen.
Say it again, bro.
If you could paraphrase what you read initially, or just go and get the original post.
Okay. Let me get this. Man, cause you know your boy stumbled across threads and hey man, y'all, you know, they got some good stuff over there, man.
Yeah.
Let me see. Let me get the me. Okay, give me one.
So while he finding that, we're gonna go and drop some information real quick.
Okay.
Hey, thanks for everybody for checking out the podcast tonight, man. It's episode 70, man. I need me a young hoe. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, man, if y'all want to get in touch with Quality Life Podcast, man, go to QLIFE3@gmail.com. QLIFE3@gmail.com. That is the email. Hit us up. Questions, statements, answers, anything y'all want us to talk about, hit the email up, and you'll be able to get with me or Rotique, man, and we'll move accordingly with whoever is reaching out to us. But until then, you ready for the original thing?
Yeah, I'm ready, brother.
There we go.
All right, now, brother. This I'm on threads. Her name is I got it from Tiana Caprese. I hope I ain't butchering your name, but she had a good question on there, my brother. What's the difference between loving a woman and actually being in love with her? And how do you know when you still love her, but you're no longer in love? I'm gonna let you start with that one, brother. My married brother. What you think? What's the difference?
So what's the difference between love and being in love? So
yes.
So obviously love is this. If I love everybody, we human beings, we human race, we the human nature. I love everybody. I don't want to see anything happen to anybody, man. I want to see everybody win. I want to see everybody be safe. I want everybody to be careful. I want everybody to be on the up and up. I love what I see. I love nature. I love people. You know what I'm saying? I love that. At the end of the day, my family, I love them. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
If I just happen to have a wife, which I do, before I married her, I loved her as a friend. You see what I'm saying? Then I loved her as a girlfriend, and then I loved her as a fiance, and then I love her now still as a wife. Now, as that relationship progressed, as a girlfriend, I love who she was. And then when I really had a good insight on who I felt she was, I started to fall in love with her. And that right there made me want to be like, okay, I do not want her to be nowhere else but me. I want that to be my wife. I want her to be my forever and forever. So I fell in love with her. And now you live in love with your significant other because you wake up every day and not only choose to love them as a person and choose them to want to be successful and you want them to be great, but I'm in love with her because at the end of the day, she makes me happy. You know what I'm saying? She makes me proud. She makes me feel respected. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, the thought of losing her will be possibly the worst pain that I ever felt in life. So I'm in love with her because it's beyond just loving her as a person now. Like I could think of losing significant people in my life, and it will hurt, but not nowhere near the hurt if I lost my wife, because that's a different love. That's
like
someone yeah, that's devastating. That's someone I lay in the bed with every night. That's someone I wake up to every morning. That's someone I argue with, and then after I argue with, we come back around and we make up, and we be like, nah, it ain't really worth it. That's a different thing. You see what I'm saying? That's a person that I vow never to walk away from. You know, so being in love is just when I look over and I'm driving a car, when I look in the passenger seat, that's the face I want to see. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. I love the kids. I love all that. But that's the face I want to see in the passenger seat is my wife. I'm in love with her that much. That's the one that I want to, when I'm backing up at the end of the day, I want her to be next to me. When I'm stepping off of a jet, I want her to be next to me. That's the one. I'm in love with her. I'm in love with her presence. I'm in love with her mind. I'm in love with her spirit. I'm in love with her consciousness. I'm in love with all that. You know what I'm saying? So that's just different than just loving a person and wanting the best for them. But when you're in love with them, it's just your soul connects with them different. You know what I'm saying? Your inner being connects with them different. You know what I'm saying? It's just a different feeling. And I get it. Sometimes people can't even express what the feeling is. You just know you feel it. You know what I'm saying? You just it's just you just know you feel it.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's something that you know that God puts there when you and that person are meant to be together. So sometimes it ain't always words that you can describe with being in love. You know, I know a lot of people got words of affirmation. I get it. You can tell people that they're beautiful because she's very beautiful. You can tell them that they're smart because she's very smart. You can tell them that she's witty because she's very funny. You could tell them that you know, she's amazing because she is. You can tell them all that. But when you have deep down inside that feeling towards that person that you know you don't want to lose, that even the thought of thinking of life without them, it puts a real dull feeling in your heart because you feel like your heart is missing without them. That's being in love with somebody. You know, that's being in love with somebody. That's to me. You know.
Yeah.
What's your spin on it,
man? You know, I wanted you to answer first because you're the one that's, like I say, man. We at two different points in life. You know what I'm saying? We live two different lives. You're the one that's actually going through it, and all I can do is give you a theory because I don't have a significant other right now, but like I can just tell you what I believe, and I think love is about being okay. Love is about I think it's mostly made up of lust. You know what I'm saying? Okay, like this, from a man's point of view, okay, she got a nice body, nice face. I like, man, I really like the way she looked. Okay, she cool, but like you don't really know her on a deeper level. You know what I'm saying? It's like more surface. You know what I'm saying? Okay, like, it's more based on that. But I believe being in love is duty. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you get past that what she looked like because you're not gonna see her always made up and ready to step out glamorous and all that. You're gonna see the real her and the real him or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like for the women. But it's like going back to being a man, like I believe, biblically, you know what I'm saying, it said love your wife like Christ loved the church. You know what I'm saying? And the way I interpret that, Christ was willing and he did die for us. You know what I'm saying? So as a man, if something pop off, are you willing to lay your life down for, you know what I'm saying? Like however it came, if somebody came, somebody was coming at your wife, they got to go through you. You know what I'm saying? They have to go through me to get to my wife, whoever this woman is. And like, I know that's the ultimate sacrifice, but like that's, or, if she just, having a bad day, or it's like, she's sick, or, it's not rainbows and stuff. Are you willing to stick this out? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, do you want to build a life with this person? Do you can you see outside of yourself and including this person? Like everything you just articulated, you know what I'm saying, that you actually living, you know what I'm saying? And like, are you willing to serve this person? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, okay, yeah, you know, we hear a lot of talking points about, you know, women serving their men and catering to, but like I believe men's supposed, you know, I believe in reciprocation. Let's do okay, I got you, you got me. We both working it together as a team. I can see myself being on the team with her at like making a family and building a life. You know what I'm saying? And like if she is stumbling, okay, I got you, baby. If if it's hard for me, she can do what she can do to help me through it. You know what I'm saying? It's not about competing. It's about working together. You know what I'm saying? And like, and building something, building a life. You know what I'm saying? And that's way more than what she looks like. It's way deeper than okay, I just want to have sex with this woman and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just think it's just building a life together, brother. You know what I'm saying? And like actually being down with each other. You know what I'm saying? Instead of like, okay, you just want to shit, excuse my language, you just want to bust a nut. Nah, that's just surface. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think when you be in love with somebody, it's real deep. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think that's to be played with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think when you get to a point of when you're in love with somebody, right, and you like really in love, and it's like it's love. Like you could, like I said, you can love somebody, right, and you can want like what's best for them. You can love that they doing good. You can love that they successful. But when you have been dating with them and you have been spending, intimate time with them, that's not even necessarily dealing with sex, but you just been getting to know them, getting to see what's in their mind, building with them, talking about future, just talking about their likes and their hobbies and the things that they want and they want to see come to fruition and the things that you want to see. When you do all that spending intimate time and giving each other intimate details or whatever like that, and then when you start to want to lay your single life, how you move single, and the things that you do that's single, that won't fly in a relationship, and you just start having no problem with wanting to lay some of that stuff down.
Yeah,
I just don't want to do like this. I don't want to move like that anymore. I'm just doing it, and it's not because they control you. It's not because they forcing you. It's because you just like, dang, I don't see there's no need to do this no more. I don't think this is beneficial to what we got and what we're trying to build. So you start dropping stuff. You start cutting things off. You start cutting out certain people. You start cutting things away. Old habits start to die off. That's a sign of being in love with somebody, because now you naturally see yourself as being so in sync with that person you in love with that you just don't want to do a lot of the things that you know that not necessarily make them unease, that can slow down y'all maturation process of growing together, and you have no problem. Like you can wake up one day and you be like, bro, I wanted to do these things, I had these things, and I want to go chill with these people, and it's like, I just don't see that as beneficial no more. And it's just because how you trying to bond and really grow with that person you with, you just don't longer see that as important. And it's not that you're not trying to cut off, other people, but that relationship, that bond is more important. And life is going to show you certain things that it needs you to cut away from, and needs you to cut off. And you just got to make sure you receive that and see it and just go with the cuts.
Yeah.
So that's my big. I mean, I understand it's a lot more to it. I know people got a lot more different answers to it, but I mean, just based on my knowledge and what I see, that's my ideology when it comes to that.
Yeah.
So with that, bro, man, let's get up into this Paul encouragement, man. It's been a nice little old podcast tonight, bro.
Yeah.
So for those who don't know, This is Paul Encouragement. This is the segment of the podcast where we, give encouraging words to the fans. So everybody who was listening, everybody who chimed in, everybody who took a glance, took a peek at tonight's episode, we want to thank you again. But this is the Paul Encouragement segment. Roll T, what you got for the people?
Man, I think I got another biblical one, man.
Okay.
I just, I guess I just been in that mode, and when because I say this, man, following, the path that God got for you is not easy. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you're gonna have a lot, ups, downs, a lot of questions. You know what I'm saying? But like, can you, can you stay on the path is the question. You know what I'm saying? And of course, you're gonna have days where you're not feeling your best and all that. But it's like, man, it just I guess the beauty of it coming to fruition. I guess in all the stories that we've seen in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? But like one that really caught me this week was was the story Moses. You know what I'm saying? And just the whole arc of his life. But I really want to focus on when he was leading the Israelis from Egypt, and he had a stutter, and he was like, man, he could have been down on himself. I mean, but God used him still. I guess what I'm saying is, even with what limitations you think you have, if you give it all to God, man, he that don't matter in the long run, because he's gonna take what you got and feed the masses. You know what I'm saying? Because I guess I'm kind of all over the place, but it's like emotion, like going through the plagues and raising his staff and opening the Red Sea, and like bread and falling from heaven. You know what I'm saying? And all the stories that they had. If let's just say Moses would have been like, nah, I'm gonna just stay here in Egypt. Just to lamely say God tripping. He not me. You know what I'm saying? Nah, he got the wrong person. And I kind of personalize that every time we talk. I say, man, like if you would have told me 15 years ago when we was in the clubs that me you would be on this podcast, I wouldn't have believed you. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, nah, like you got the wrong cat, not me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not really loquacious like that. You know what I'm saying? Talkative and all that. I can talk when I got to, of course, but like I would have been like, nah, man, like you got me confused with Class or somebody. Shout out to Class. You know what I'm saying? But like, don't, if something, if God is calling you to do something, man, just do it. And I don't regret none of these pods that we've done. You know what I'm saying? And I might not speak the clearest or whatever, but like, y'all know what I'm saying. And if I reach just one person, you know what I'm saying, is going through something that I'm going through, man, it's worth it, my brother. But yeah, man, I know that was a long way around. That's my Paul Encouragement, my brother. That's what I got.
All right, man. For me, man, I just want to tell everybody, man, it's one day at a time. It's no need to rush, and I get it. Sometimes you hear people say, man, every day we wake up, we closer to the grave. We closer to the grave. And I understand that, yes. Every day we wake up, we closer to the grave. But it's still no rush. You know what I'm saying? I get everybody want to be successful. I get everybody want to go 100 miles an hour to success. Everybody want to get a bag. And that's fine. I'm never discouraging anybody to not want to go get some bread. But one day at a time. Take care of yourself one day at a time. You know what I'm saying? Plan your plan one day at a time. You know what I'm saying? Oversee your health one day at a time. You know what I'm saying? Handle whatever situation you got. Focus on what's today. Don't worry about tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Focus on today. Handle what you can handle today. And tomorrow gonna take care of tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Because you can give yourself all kind of stress and all kind of anxiety about tomorrow. And guess what? Tomorrow gonna show up. and you still don't have what tomorrow need. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you know, it's no need of running yourself in the ground about something that you should just leave to prayer. You know what I'm saying? Leave to prayer. Do what you can do, and don't add any more stress onto your life. You know what I'm saying? That's one. And two, it's a lot of negativity in this world. Don't be the person who add more fuel to that fire. I get it. Everybody don't want to be the bigger person. Everybody don't want to be the mature one. Everybody don't want to be the one that grown up. Everybody don't want to be the one that lead the charge. Everybody say they won't change, but don't want to be the person that produced the change. You know what I'm saying? You got to be that person. You know, you have to be that person. It's no need to add fuel to a negative fire. You know, and that's my encouragement for the night. With that being said, my partner Rotique, I guess he had to cut out real quick. He might have had something wrong with his connection. But this is Messiah Boss. This is Quality Life Podcast, episode 70. It was a great show. Thanks for everybody who chimed in, who logged in. Man, if y'all want to be a part of the show, I'm going to post the links every week. When we're about to go live, I'm going to post the link on my page. And we're going to go from there. But until then, Quality Life Podcast.
Did I crash out? Am I good?
Yeah. You crashed out, but it's all good. I closed it out.
My bad. Okay. All right.